Great game in Game 2. You did it without Marcus Smart. What's the latest on his injury status?
He's feeling better every day. We'll get some movement in today, see how he feels. Obviously, tomorrow, an extra day as well of rest. So these 3 days have been big for him, and we're anticipating he'll be good to go for Game 3.
So it was more of a problem of the leg than the shoulder. I mean, when he left the court with the shoulder, it looked like he had no movement in that arm.
Yeah, that was just a stinger, and he was good to go by halftime. So that was just a quick hit that he took. I think he's had a few of those in the past, but that kind of goes away pretty quickly. It was a thigh contusions. I think he got hit twice, one time really hard, and those that were stiffened up at halftime and had him restricted as far as movement-wise in the second half. And so much more of that than the shoulder. The shoulder was fine in the next 5 minutes.
We saw the game that Grant Williams gave you in Game 2, and doing it on both ends, obviously. Were you pleased with his game, and were you at all surprised by the way he stepped up?
Oh, of course, we were pleased with his very efficient game. Obviously, 6 for 9 threes and 21 points plus 22. On the plus minus, but it's just as important, obviously, as the defensive end where he's taken the challenge and something he's done well all year. His versatility continues to show for us, whether he's guarding guys on the perimeter, Kevin Durant, and switching on to Irving last series, and then guarding one of the toughest guys inside as far as Antetokounmpo goes. And so what he's done for us is allowed us to maintain what we do with the starting unit when Al goes out or Rob or whoever it may be. He just comes on in and carries on what we're doing and gives us tremendous versatility on both ends.
Yeah, they were talking about him on the broadcast because they had a mic'd up moment with him on the bench, and they started to discuss sort of his personality and how for a young guy he seems to have a voice. Would you agree with that assessment from the broadcast the other night?
For good or bad, yes, he has a voice.
Well, when you say it that way,
he's very talkative, very opinionated, but on the floor is what we need. We need the communication, very vocal, and we encourage that. And like I said, off the court, he doesn't stop either. So we take it with a grain of salt, and we'll take it if he's that vocal on the court.
What's his most unorthodox opinion that you could share with us?
That he should get plays ran for him like Jason and Jalen do.
Know your spot.
That is unorthodox.
A little bit.
All right.
He wants some play. I called one play for him this year against Oklahoma City when Gilgeous-Alexander was on him. He got a post up and Gil just blocked him at the rim, and that was pretty much his one attempt.
All right, last one for you on Williams. You've been around this league a long time. You played, you coach, you see guys, and and I'm not body shaming him, but are there times during a game where you look at him and you say, boy, how do you defend him that way? Or how the hell is he knocking down these shots? Do you turn and smile
Sounds
at the bench
like you're
at
body
times?
shaming.
Oh, well, look, you
Yeah,
you see, look at Giannis. I mean, like
he's not
defends him well.
Yeah, I get it.
Does he
He's
surprise
stout.
you at times? Yeah.
No, but his versatility has always been there. I saw him in college at Tennessee, and so he's a guy that, for a shorter guy that has that leverage, Dennis Rodman, like he can get under the big guys and holds his ground well as far as that. And then he has quick feet, and due to his size, I mean, he's only 6'6" or whatever the case may be, but he can move his feet well enough on the perimeter, and that's the versatility we need. But he's strong enough to guard guys inside. Now, he may have a height disadvantage at times, but he makes up for that in his toughness, strength, and he's a really cerebral guy out there that studies his opponents and knows how to get under the skin and touch them physically, and he's been doing a great job all year.
What happened offensively in the second half that slowed you down?
I think the ball movement got halted a little bit. We weren't as crisp getting off the ball, played in the crowd a little bit more, but we also missed some pretty good shots that we liked. As Antetokounmpo started to put his head down, get the basket, the pace slowed a little bit. They felt like there was all these challenges going on and reviews, and so the pace got halted a little bit. But the more they score, obviously it takes us away from our pace and getting up the court quicker. And so because he attacked and got to the free throw line, that hurt us a little bit in the third quarter when it was 26-18 on their part, but we got it back in the fourth, guarded extremely well, held them to 20, and got our scoring back up to 26.
Do you feel as an offense that, your production, especially beyond the arc and that point differential you compared to them, do you think that's sustainable?
Yeah, well, the way they guard is they want to protect the paint at all costs. They give up three wide open three-pointers. And the thing I stressed after game one was not to take any contested threes because we don't have to. multiple penetration, multiple paint touches will get you whatever shot you want. And so obviously we like to attack the basket. And, I think we've still missed guys at the rim quite a few times in both games. But the multiple penetration was a point of emphasis. You saw the ball moving side to side. They get to scramble mode, and then you'll get whatever shot you want at the basket or from the three-point line. And we have confidence in our shooters. Like we took 50 in game one. 10 or so were contested. I told the guys we could have drove these closeouts and got a better look, and we did that in game two. So we'll take what they give us as far as that. And I think our screen setting, our setup by the ball handler was much better, and we got downhill and got to our mid-range and to the basket more. So we'll take that balance as like we did in game two.
All right, what changes from a coaching perspective when you're on the road versus playing at home at the Garden?
Well, same thing. You want to come up, get off to a great start the way we did in game two. Take the crowd out of it, but also, kind of impose your will from the start. We felt we were back on our heels in game one, and then we flipped that and kind of put them on their heels in game two. And so we want to get off to a great start, obviously. We understand how they're going to guard. We've guarded extremely well in this series, 86 last game, but even the 101 in game one was how poorly we played offensively and the turnovers and transition baskets we gave them to still hold them to 101. Our half-court defense has been really good, so we got to continue that, focus on certain guys like we did in game two, and make it hard on all their shooters. So we'll carry our defense to the road. We've done that all year. It's just a matter of really playing crisp and sharp on offense and not aiding them in any way by poor offense or turnovers.